Hey, it's Caroline, career and leadership coach. And today I want to talk about something that a lot of my clients feel before they start working with me. And that is if they don't have all the skills and experience listed on a job ad, they don't bother applying. And that could be internally or externally. So internally, if you see a promotion and you have an internal system where you can apply for the job, they don't do that. And I wanted to address a couple of things, because I think it's such an important subject. And it is not that people are afraid of applying for the job, getting an interview, and potentially getting the job. They are afraid of what comes after that. And what comes after that is that they feel that they might be in a job where they don't meet expectations, where they feel like an imposter, that they shouldn't be there, and they're just waiting to be found out. And they're just scared of failing the other person. And all of that holds them back from applying for the job in the first place, because they know they have the skills and experience, or it's transferable, but they just like hold back because they are scared for what comes after, when they're in the job, when they can't meet those expectations, when they're failing others, because there is nothing worse than that feeling. But I get it. And I want you to understand and see the bigger picture, because if you just stay where you're at in your career, you're not going to grow. And if you're anything like the clients that I work with through the Career Success Program, they want to grow. They want to step up in their career. And that requires a stretch. And I know most people have the strategy of just working hard and they hope their work will speak for itself. But that is unfortunately not the strategy that gets you the results that you want. So basically, stretching yourself and believing that you have the skills and experience needed to perform in the next level role. And yes, it might be a little stretch. You might need to learn new things, but it's like anything. That's how you grow your career. That's how you grow your job. So I hope this resonates with you. And before you go off and start applying for jobs that actually are that next level, I want you to also reflect on another thing that's really critical part of this. Because if you just start applying and then get rejections or get questioned by a recruiter or an HR person, like, but you haven't done this job, like, are you qualified then? And then you actually, it's a self-fulfilling prophecy, because you will hear that message and you will feel that you've found out. So how do you overcome that gap? How do you overcome that objection? First of all, what I want you to do is to acknowledge what the gap really is. And if there is a gap overall, because a lot of people, they assume their skills and experience. They think because they do it, everybody would do it. And that is so doing disjustice to all the skills and experience you build up and all the sacrifices that you've made. Because a lot more skills are transferable than you actually might realize in the first moment. So I want you to look at your resume, and I want you to look at how you position yourself on your resume, because this is going to be critical, because the first impression that you will make with your resume, or maybe on a networking event, but the content will be the same. Like whether you meet somebody on a networking event or you send them their resume, the content needs to be coherent. And so I want you to think about how you position yourself. Are you still positioning yourself for the roles that you can do, but that don't match that next step up? Is your resume or your pitch really articulating very clearly Like what added value you can bring to a company, what you can bring to the table. Like, is it articulating your leadership skills? Is it articulating your thought leadership, or is it really strategically positioning you for that next level role, or is it really practical, operational, executional? And you might still want to hold on to those things. I work with a lot of clients that are hands-on, but they know how to communicate about what it is that they can do on the next level. And that makes the biggest difference, because then they become confident. And when they have to talk about themselves and they feel confident about what they can bring to the table, they will project that in an interview or on their resume. And that will kind of, not all, because you're still like, I know a lot of people feel like in the beginning, like, help, I've got this role, but it will already increase a little bit that confidence and erase and delete that imposter syndrome. So, and that is what I want you to do. So today, have a look at jobs internally, externally, that would be that next level stretch for you. And that you say like, look, actually, I'm sure I can do those positions. Even though I haven't had that specific job title yet, I'm doing bits and pieces of that role through my career already. And so that's how you up level yourself. So that's the first part. Do some research, like is there anything that really jumps out? And then the second thing I want you to do is look at your resume, how you're positioning yourself. And your resume is just like the end result of the process that I want you to go through. And that is like, okay, is it positioning yourself in the right way? And your resume is just one channel or one piece of your marketing material that needs to be aligned. Other pieces are your LinkedIn profile or your pitch and so on. So I'm just taking your resume as an example to give you an indication. So make sure that it tells the story, how you want to be positioned, how you want to be perceived to deliver a certain outcome for an organization, for a project, or for your future boss. So I hope this resonated with you. If it did, give me thumbs up, because the more thumbs up I get, the more reach I get through LinkedIn, and the more people that can actually hear my message. So, or share this message. If you know anyone that should hear about this and would help them progress in their career, then share this message within your network. Now, there are a couple of things you can do from here on. So if you're really looking for that next step role, what I specialize in as a career and leadership coach is I help senior managers land their next, and when I say senior, it's people above 15 years of experience, land the next six-figure leadership role. Now, that is not just any leadership role. That's a leadership role where they feel challenged, fulfilled, that they know they're making an impact, that at the end of the day, they come home and are proud of the work they have done and the people they have worked with, and where they get paid what they are worth, because there is nothing worse than feeling like you add more value to an organization than what you get back, that you feel that you're underpaid for the services that you provide to an organization. So those are the things that I specialize in. So if you're interested in finding out more, go to this URL, newhorizoncoaching.com.au, how to get a leadership role. And in that, I will go through, it's the 5 simple steps to stand out, get more interviews, and land your next six-figure leadership role. So it will, like, I outline a strategy that you can implement for yourself to get to stand out, get more interviews, and land more, and land your next leadership role. And if you're interested in the next step and say, like, Caroline, you are the person that I would want to work with, just don't know how yet, schedule a call in newhorizoncoaching.com.au/call. And what we will do on the call, this is not going to be a sales pitch from my end. This is going to be a conversation. And in that conversation, I want to understand you. because all careers are different, all situations are different. So I want to understand you. And so you're going to outline your current situation, where you want to be. And then we're going to identify what the gap is. We're going to put a big picture strategy in place of how we can move you forward. And at the end of the call, if you say, Caroline, how can I implement that? How can we work together? How can you help me achieve this? Then we can talk about that option too. So I hope this resonated with you. Give me a thumbs up, and I will see you in the next live. Thanks. Bye-bye.